In regards to the first question, after taking the course Sacred Space and the Environment last semester, I gained a lot of knowledge about the different native and indigenous tribes that are within the United States. I learned a great deal about all of the hardships, obstacles, and challenges that these indigenous tribes have had to face throughout the last couple of centuries. On top of that, I was able to learn a lot about their ways of life, their traditions, and the different things and places that these tribes hold dear to their hearts. I learned that these tribes have always been here in the United States, though many of the school teachings and textbooks do not highlight nearly enough about them. Most school systems do not teach much about the natives or indigenous tribes, which is why many people do not know enough about their traditions and overall ways of life. Taking the course Sacred Space and the Environment really opened my eyes and allowed me to understand that the land that we have, we take for granted, and it has always belonged to these natives, and that we should respect and appreciate the sacredness of these lands whenever possible. In regards to the second question, visual media has had a big impact on how people see themselves and how they show themselves to the rest of the world, which helps create and preserve both internal and exterior conceptions of identity. It serves as somewhat of a mirror inside of people, which reflects and validates their personal narratives, values, and aspirations. Different media images and stories can provide cultural symbols or stereotypes that use to create and validate their identities. When people see themselves or their values reflected in visual media, or want to copy these different lifestyles of people portrayed in media, their values can be reflected by that, and it can really affect how people choose their different actions and decisions throughout the day. For the third question, the way that media has played a role in the way that I have created and maintained a sense of identity is very similar to how it would for anyone else, I would think. I would say that I have used the media as a sense of motivation in order to push myself or strive to become similar to those that I look up to within the media. Whether it's a character in a fictional movie like a superhero or whatever, or a successful person within a documentary, I believe that I have been able to use the media as a driving force to push myself towards my overall goals. And then for the last question, I would say that change over time has had a very significant impact on representation and identity, because the way that trends rise and fall. I believe that I believe that what is popular plays a big role in the way that people look at themselves and feel internally. Even though this is somewhat of a negative thing, I believe if one learns to use it correctly, it can be very beneficial. Using media as a way to judge yourself is unhealthy, but if you look at it as a way to motivate yourself rather than belittle yourself, it can become very beneficial and be used as a way to improve your overall way of life. The way that things change over time can be used as something to look up to and grow as a person, and I feel like this topic is very back and forth, and all just depends on how people or someone utilizes the media for the better, or how the better impact to themselves. Thank you.